Hi everybody, I'm back and we're gonna continue coding up Wordle. This is episode number 11 for people keeping track, but this is number 11 in the Rick's programming series. I'm gonna try to be organized about this a little bit, because I think there should be another project after this where we're going to tackle maybe doing the UI of Wordle, maybe using SwiftUI. I'm thinking about that. I'm not sure. I think I probably should start with something simpler. I'm still thinking about it. I gotta noodle. I gotta ponder. So, right, what we're gonna do tonight is just work on the tests a little bit more. There are a couple of these things here right on the screen, and we can also find a couple on Google Images, but just some various Wordle screens, and just put a few more tests into to be sure that we're getting some that the GuessRow is actually implemented the right way. So I'll fire up Xcode. And when this thing comes up, we can actually when Xcode comes up, here we go. When Xcode comes up, we're going to go into the tests and add a few of these things that we see here in this keynote slide. So we got some tests here. I like Taser, but this test is manipulating this manually. This is not a realistic test in that we're not exercising the algorithm. We have Craze, which finds letters in the correct spot. We have Lucky, which finds all the letters that are in the correct spot. We have No Letters, where it doesn't match any letters, and we have one where Aroma, where the word has a letter that is in the correct word but is not in the correct spot. So what we need is a test like Tramp, where it finds a couple that are correct and then one that is in the wrong place but is in the word. I actually thought I did that, but I guess not. So we're gonna go and grab these lines here and do the correct word is Aroma. So my convention is already out of whack. But we're just gonna again. Or let's put 2-1. That's ridiculous, but Tramp. this is only Vim mode is only missing the period for me to declare it a success. Got some tests here. We're gonna just run the new one that we added, aroma 2.1. 2 is for 2 that are in the correct spot, and 1 is for the one tile that is not in the correct spot but is in the word. I love this class. I really like this this algorithm. I have no idea if this is what the real algorithm in Wordle is. I mean, I'm curious to know to some extent, but it seems to be passing the test. So let's write another test and just be satisfied. Actually, we'll do it one at a time. Yeah, push that out, and we're gonna go and do another one for, I think the one I want to try is Baton. Oh well, I thought we already did Baton here. Okay, no, but so we'll do now a few things of note. Well, let's just do this one. Baton 4. I'm gonna do about. So the guess is about. The correct word is baton, and I'm gonna put about right here. And it's going to be I'm going to Baton 4, and let's see if it gets all of these that are not in the correct spot. What would be, I guess one test we could do is a palindrome test, where we do a 5-letter palindrome and everything is in the wrong spot. What we can do to do the palindrome test. Okay, first let's add this in. The palindrome test, you would think, okay, I'm gonna go to the internet and find a 5-letter word such that the letters of that 5-letter word can make up another 5-letter word where none of the letters are in the same spot. But it's easier than that, because one of the things that GuessRow does, or one of the things that GuessRow is not constrained by, is the dictionary. In other words, it doesn't have to be a letter. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be a real word. There's no dictionary checking. So I'm gonna take advantage of that and put here palindrome. I'm going to say the guess will be A, B, C, D, E, and the correct word is E, D, B, A, C. And the guess is A, B, C, D, E, and this should find all of these. Again, note it does not have to be a real word because we're not doing anything with a dictionary yet. I was gonna misspell palindrome here. Okay, so this code to me is checking out. We already have the one where it found the right words here, plant, right? So like I said, this checks out. So I think what I'm going to do is put it all together. Now, there's some things here. Number one, a few constraints, one of which was the dictionary. Another, any number of letters, because this letter class has no limit, but GuessRow has no limit. In fact, the guess is put in here with a string. So you might, from a game point of view, this is a design question. You may say, okay, the GuessRow will only check 5-letter words, but it has more utility than that. You can check longer than 5 letters or even shorter than 5 letters. The limit should probably be done in the game. So when we do the game loop, there probably should be some word here, something here, maybe this part, that checks that the word is indeed 5 letters before it passes it to guess letter. And the same thing with the correct letter. Should be the correct word. It should be 5 letters. That's a design decision, or where to control the number of letters is a design decision. And I think the best place to put it is in the game itself, in the overall game. These objects like letter and GuessRow shouldn't have to worry about constraints like the number of characters. But I've only given this maybe as much time. I've only thought about this for as long as I've been talking about it, the last 2-3 minutes. Maybe I'll change my mind, but intuitively it feels like that's what has to happen. We need to have the game loop be in control of it. So where's the game loop? What we can do is, well, first we got to add this test. So let's do that. So what we're going to do now is, or what I'm going to do now is I'm going to live code this game loop as best I can. I have not done this offline, so we'll see how far I get. It's about 15 minutes into this stream, so I'll just cut over to the low camera view and we'll see you when I finish writing this thing. Oh, before we do, where are we going to write this thing? I'm going to close tabs to the right. And close this tab too. We'll go right here. We have Wordle CLI. We have this main, which has hello world. What happens when you run this is you could say Swift run, and it'll print hello world. Clearly what we want to have happen is here we want it to play our game. So we're going to replace this with the game loop, which is this one. And there's going to be parts here where we got to obtain something from the dictionary, check the dictionary. We don't have the dictionary yet. We have to add that in. Oh boy, I hope I remembered that other, yeah, I wrote this down here, the English Words Dictionary. But wherever we don't have the functionality, we'll just stub it out, at least initially. So let's try doing this. Already, I'm just realizing that we already have to, I already need something that I don't know how to do, which is the for loop. So let's just look that up. I think I thought I saw something, yeah, here, index 1 to 5, and use the closed range operator. Very interesting. And then isn't there a break? Okay, so we can do something like this. Thing is, we're not even going to use this value, so I think I'm gonna have to say something like for counter 1 6 there's no test for this. This is just the game loop, so let's just run this. Yeah, I knew we would get that message. It was never used, so we're going to replace this with the underscore. And I'm going to do, oh wait, just going to do this check if, let's hold off on that. Let's do something like this. If counter equal to 3, break. I'm just curious if it'll stop. Yeah, okay, so you see the shape of the loop here. We're gonna do our logic and do our logic of getting the guess. We don't have a check. We're going to calculate the guess row appearance against the correct word. So clearly we have to hard code a correct word. And then we have to tell, oh, we need to know if the guess was a correct word or not. And I held off on that, so let's do that in line. Okay, so I'm going to go back to coding. Let's get the code loop going with the input. Let's see how far we get with that. Just for that, I'm going to use that guessing game that we had here. Yeah, see, read line. I hope this is going to give us what I hope, but let's put both of these in to the Xcode. Right here, when we enter the word donkey, that's a 6-letter word. So what we need is some logic to tell whether the guess is correct. The guess is the correct length. And I'll just throw that into the REPL. There's a syntax for this, a function inside of the Swift standard library. But it will, I think, increase the logic loop here. There'll probably be like 3 or 4 lines, and but let me show you what I mean. First, let's do the string. I think I could do string length. No. Count. Yeah. So we have to examine the count, and if the count is not 5, we have to prompt again. So there's a little inner loop here that we need to have, and I guess we'll cover that with a while. I'm just going to say here, boy. Now I think, is there a do while in here? While loops, repeat while? While evaluates the condition at the end. So we're going to do repeat while. And where's the example of that? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do something like It may have been hard to read, but this is something, it makes sense to me. We're going to just repeat the prompting until the user enters a 5-letter word. And yeah, let's test this out. I'm already playing the game here. I want to change that up from, let's say, Wordle CLI in Swift or something, but hang on. Oh, I gotta reset the loop. So here we have to reset it, and maybe these guys can go. I'm thinking maybe these should be in here, but I don't know why that doesn't strike me as correct, but we're declaring it anyway. I'm gonna say, the thing is, I want to say good input. Yeah, you see what happened there. I needed to reset that thing, and it's now making me think that this little block here, should probably be its own little function, and the output of that little function is a 5-letter word. I didn't think of that at the time. The thing is, we'd only use it this one time in the loop, but we do use it at least, at most, 6 times. So anyway, let's test this out first. Second. Are you kidding me? Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I'm getting out of this loop. Yeah, initially good input is true. I should set this to be. Yeah, I got this reversed. Oh, goodness. It's like coding 101, but we're gonna assume that the input is false if while good input is I think I want to name this bad input, because my brain's a little stuck. But you see what's happening here. I'm definitely not coming out of this loop. C4. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm even in here, so let's this is the part where when we're debugging, we can use print statements to see, I mean, just where we're at. So I'm going to put here this is 5 letters. And what we can also do is put here the turn. We're not even going to count it. And let's see what this looks like. This is, could be rigorous about this. This is obviously something you could all just do ahead of time, but I didn't do that. I should have. good. Yeah, no, you know what? This is correct. 1, 2, 3. This is the repeating word right here. So if guess count is equal to true, good, or else, we could say, then here we could say print there could even be a limit here that maybe after 100 times in this while loop, it'll just say, you're out of here. But I was in the right, this was right. But I couldn't tell I was right until I put those statements. I'm going to put here Wordle CLI. Let's put my name. Maybe a little pretentious, but the thing is, if you compile this, then you're going to know. But then you can replace it with your name. Wait, how many turns is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right. So somewhere here we need to check if there's a 6. So we do need the game counter here. Yeah, we need this. God, this is also going to kind of mess up like guess.count. Ugh. So right here in the code, it could even be a little confusing, but let's make a guess counter. Now somewhere here, we'll need to, in this part, we'll need to calculate whether or not if the guess was correct, and that could be a loop here. Yeah. So now we need a correct word. And again, this would be something that we would get from the dictionary, and there could be a loop, like it could be a function here. In fact, let's I think, well, for expedience sake, let's just hard code it here. But I was thinking I'll do something like this: get. So we need this function, and it doesn't exist yet. And I think is it going to give me a chance to fix this? I tried to do this yesterday, and okay, so here we're going to have a function. this could be it. We can eventually put this inside of a separate file. We keep going here. I think we're very close. Again, a lot of duplicate letters, but now we say oh gosh. My variable names are the exact same words as the argument labels, and it looks a little confusing, and I think we could even do away with the argument labels just by changing the parameter name to be the argument label, but then we'd have to use that parameter name inside the functions, and I like the smaller variable names inside the functions. But you see what's happening here. There's just a bunch of stuff, but let's just finish this up. It's gonna be and already I think we'll need to have a loop to we'll need to have an array of GuessRows to print the previous arrays. And I think one consequence of the GuessRow, which I didn't mention, is this is the part here. I wanted to go to GuessRow, so I can go do this. One of the consequences of GuessRow is that it can only be done once. The update row, it can only be done once. In other words, you can't update the row more than once. So there should maybe be maybe there should even be like a static variable that knows if update row has been calculated already. But that's possibly overkill, because the only people calling this function is me, the game loop, and hopefully the game loop knows the conditions which to call the guess row. Now we know the correct word is aroma, and I got the word aroma right, but see, it keeps going. So we already need a function to, we need a function in GuessRow to say is all right or something, and it would need to know if update row has been run. But in the end, it doesn't need to. It could just examine the array to see if all of the words are in word and incorrect spot. That's all it needs to do. I'm trying to think if there's a fast way to do that, but really what we need is just to count the incorrect spots. But anyway, but even though this is written like this, we can still use it for testing. The correct word is aroma, so we can put in tramp, and you can see that RAMP, we can put in walks, and cured. So it's I mean, what I've written here is an interactive testing program. But you can see that the game loop is coming into place, and there's a few things that we have to do. So I'm gonna go maybe another 5 minutes and just add that function to see that the word is correct, and if the word is correct, it'll break out. Quick aside here, what I'd really like is to do a function. I'm going to say first let me give you the function. What I'd really like is for the function to be named is GuessRow matches correct word. I like it to say matches correct word. I like it to say that. I like the function to be to end with a question mark. And it looks like I can have it. Oh no, I can't. Oh, I didn't finish this. No. Yeah, expected in argument list of function declaration. What's the error? I think it's getting hung up on this question mark, so I'm going to get rid of it. And yeah, and the question mark comes from the Ruby computer language. I programmed in Ruby for a good 3 years, and it was core Ruby. I didn't do any work in Ruby on Rails. Really liked Ruby. It interpreted language, but there's a lot of good functionality that I had with it. I was getting into the whole everything is an object, everything is a class mentality. I should have just worked on Rails at that point, but anyway, that's what happens in computer careers. You go bounce around. But that's one of the things I liked about Ruby, was that you could put a question mark in a function name, and therefore when you use the function, it'll actually have that question mark, and you know that it would be returning a Boolean. That's a convention. At least, yeah, I think that's just a convention. The language allowed the question mark, and it was a convention that it would return a Boolean. At least I'm pretty sure it didn't enforce a Boolean, but either way, Swift does not have it, so let's just keep going. No, I don't need this function. I just do if C we just return right away. Now, oh. What should happen here is there should be a test. So we'll go and make a quick test. We'll have to use plant, and in fact we can even say XCT. Boy, this is depending on your point of view, this is lazy or clever, but here I can assert that true guess and matches correct word. And I can even do that down here. First guess no letters. And we'll run the test individually so that we're not confused. I'd like to be able to click this. I click both of them. Is that going to run both tests? Yeah, that worked. That did not run though. Okay, so we're gonna just add these two functions here. We'll just grab this thing. Ugh. That was a copy-paste mistake. And then we'll go call this function here. This thing right here, let's put some of our cool ideas in here to do. Make this a function, cool message per guess counter value per value, and then wow, it was doing something up here. Up here it was. I thought I was seeing it do something up here in the Xcode window, but all right. But the other thing that we need is every time we run the game, we want to print the whole grid. We want to print this whole thing. So we got the right word is aroma. I'm going to say cured. That's fine. Walks. That's fine. But what I want is after we print walks, it should probably print all of the rows underneath it that you've completed so far. It probably should also prompt the guess number here. So let's put that in the this whole thing here is probably going to be a function. About 15 minutes in. Okay. Walks and then aroma. I don't know, tramp. Ooh, the other thing is, watch this. Look at that. That's like a big gigantic bug. And it's all because we didn't enforce the lower case, uppercase data entries. So that's something we have to enforce here, probably here, or better yet, just uppercase all these letters regardless of the case. So, and by the way, let's just make sure it's going to be one of the 26 English letters. It could be anything, but I guess we'll get that with the dictionary. But here I'm going to put, I wonder if I can even get around it here. Can I uppercase this? Yeah, I can uppercase it like this. Let's just quickly see what this gives us. But I don't know if I like that because of, yeah, I don't know if I like that. The correct word is aroma. What were some of the words here? Yeah, cured. Yeah, walks. Now if I do tramp, that's correct. And aroma. You got it in 4 guesses. So I'm going to capture this output and make this be the initial commit of this game. And let's make sure let's just quickly check right here. Now, there's something about this functionality. I think I can do this. Yeah, if I put in 3 slashes, look at what's happening here. I can then hover over get correct word. And get some quick help. and I can see that it's going to match, it's going to be here. And I was thinking about that because when we looked at the quick help a couple of episodes ago, maybe I think it might have been yesterday, I thought, how do I do that in my own functions? It looks like the 3 slashes are what's necessary. But let me try this. And I'm going to say, so now if I do good input, I can do quick help, and you can see it does that. But I'm going to quickly do a quick test. This is 2/boo, and see if correct word is giving, yeah, no overview. So we learned something. 3 slashes equals overview with quick help. I think the / to do. Well, wait, let's just go right to Swift's. I'll put here comment. This is most likely just a what? Here, comments. Okay, we'll just Google this. Docs with or URL. I think it's URL, yeah. The URL or site? Yeah. Okay. It was site, not URL. Yeah. // but in Swift the // is a comment. In Xcode the // is the quick help. Has to be from what we're seeing in the actions, but okay, we've gone a long way, and now I'm just meandering. Let's commit this and be on our way. Thanks for everybody for checking this out, and catch you everybody tomorrow.